Hello, guys. I am Andrew, and I'll be talking about the Canadian travel advisory about LGBT people. Like LGBT Canadians coming to the U.S. I think it's quite comedic. Is it ironic, sarcastic, maybe satirical? In one of those ways, I just think it's funny that America thinks it's such a star-studded first world nation, but other first world nations, or even nations we may not even consider first world, are like warning their citizens not to come to America for our laws and our healthcare systems, etc. I just think it's pathetic and funny, and this also intrigues me because I'm an LGBT person and I live near the Canadian border. Uh, so across the street from me is the St. John River, and across that is Canada. And I've been to Canada a few times. I'm not from up here actually. I'm from Portland, but um, there is a lot of Canadians around, and that's interesting. I'm not used to that, but that's besides the point. I've also heard other nations like Norway, Portugal, the UK, etc. I've heard them advise their citizens not to go to America because of our pathetic healthcare or our pathetic civil rights and other issues. And so it doesn't surprise me that Canada also advises its citizens not to come to America. I mean, Border Patrol up here, from my personal experience, have very little to do. Like, they're clearly bored out of their minds. And they have the ability to travel very long distances, like pretty far away from the border, like over 400 miles away from the border, because they just really have nothing else to do. Like they just drive around, and there's not many people trying to escape into Canada, not yet. And there's not a lot of people in Canada trying to illegally enter America. And with my personal experience, it's a lot easier to get into Canada than it is to get back into America. Um, but as I was saying, it's funny. Also, I would like to point out that Two Spirit is not just like a Canadian indigenous term. It is used by like all indigenous people, at least in North America, that identifies Two Spirit. That's like sort of like a queer indigenous gray area, but it sort of equates to being bigender in our um, white based society. Uh, but it seemed like the article was giving credit to the specific to it was like it was giving credit to specifically Canadian Indigenous people for coining the term, and I just wanted to make sure people understand that it's applicable to people even outside of Canada's Indigenous communities. Um, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that it included Two Spirit and other letters in the LGBT acronym. Um, but sometimes I feel like the plus is forgotten. Like I think questioning can be thrown in plus. I think intersex can be thrown in plus. I think Two Spirit can be thrown in plus. But also I can see how people may think LGBT may get too much attention, and that that's not the entire community. So there is obvious debate over how the acronym should be used. But I think the plus sign uh, is underused. Um, yeah, I think those are all my thoughts on it. Uh, yeah, I'm just looking to see when a third world nation starts criticizing America and advising their citizens not to come to America. I think America is heading on a downward spiral. Okay, peace out, guys.